want you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark David Stallard, and this lovely lady beside me is Angela Campbell. How are you doing, Angela?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Excellent. So thanks so much for joining us. I know there's a couple of people already watching and active in the chats. So if you can, please, would appreciate a share, a like on the stream, whichever platform you're on. If you can subscribe, follow, or whatever it is on the platform you're watching, that would be fantastic as well. So of course we are the Invisible Song Club, and we're here to talk about a couple of songs. But first, Angela, what is the Song Club?
Well, Mark, the Invisible Song Club is a group that we've organized to share music that we discover with the world. So anyone can join our song club. It's a public club. It's very much like a book club. So what we do is every 2 weeks we do a podcast, Mark and I, and we have two songs that we've picked, either suggested by song club members or we've just picked them ourselves, and we do a review of the song together with the song club. So your comments are really important here. If you're on Facebook especially, please put your comments in the comment boxes and tell us what you think of the song that we're reviewing. Tell us what you think of us, good or bad. We love that too, because we just want your participation. And yeah, so what else do I want to say, Mark? I got lost in that. I got lost in the please give us the love. Please love us.
I gave you too much rope. That's the problem, I think. There.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Anyway, you know how a book club works. That's how a song club works.
Indeed, and of course, your comments are a requirement. Please let us know what you think of each of the songs, and we will read them out. So we are discovering, of course, the songs that we love by artists that we love. So you're only going to discover good things on this show. Yeah. Okay, so
I tend to pick the songs that are Canadian, that Canadian indie music. I really like to promote that. Mark will pick something from anywhere in the world. And of course, the song club members are welcome to pick any song they like as well. It's just
indeed. In fact, that would be helpful. I think as of today, I had a list of songs that I wanted to put at the top of my list there, or actually I have them on my list, and I'm at the bottom of the list. So if you do have any suggestions, please let us know. We can't guarantee that we're going to do all of the suggestions, and we don't have time to do hundreds of them. But we'll definitely pick out the ones that we like, and it's essential that we like the song. Otherwise, we'll be disingenuous by promoting it here. This show's about songs we love. So suggestions are welcome. Right, I think the preamble is done with. Let's get on with our first song, which is Touché by the Barettas. So we've got, as usual, we have a short audio clip of the song. It's about 20 seconds, trying to get underneath the censors who would block us off for copyrights, and then we have a video that Angela put together earlier. So here we go.
The Barettas have been resurrected and are back from the grave. Hailing from Steel City, Hamilton, these firecracker girls have been in the game for over 10 years, playing electrifying shows that range from unsung music halls to the opening slot at Burlington's SOM Festival, opening up for the Diodes and the New York Dolls. Speaking of New York City, they've been there as well as playing shows in Manhattan and Detroit Rock City, where the crowds sang along to their music. If you like the novelty of a dynamic duo, you're in the right place. Fair and Love and Rock and Roll by the Barettas is a 12-song alt-indie album that was released in January 2021. This album contains many songs that were first released a decade ago, including the song we're reviewing today called Touché. The band is clearly feeling they have enough experience under their belt to make their mark now in the Canadian indie music scene.
Okay, so Touché by the Barettas. It is actually a fun, upbeat indie pop tune, as you probably already gathered from that clip. It starts actually with a fast clack of drumsticks on the snare rim, and then an alternating tap of the snare, all the while the bass drum hitting a solid beat. The guitar comes in and plays a simple catchy riff based on the chord shapes. It's a standard 1-6-4-5 chord progression. A few bars later, the guitar switches to strumming the rhythm and the chords echoing the riff. The energy it has built is now to its fullest, and as expected, the voice comes in right where it is expected. The vocals are strong with a little raspy throatiness, which add to the strength of the delivery. It was at this point that I noticed that there's no bass guitar, and to be honest, I only noticed because I was listening out to see what the instrumentation was. But I don't think I would have noticed otherwise, at least not so soon. The song actually sounds quite full with just the rhythm guitar and the drums. The chorus comes in surprisingly soft, and had I not had the lyrics in front of me with it labelled chorus, I might not have identified it as such. But the chorus picks up and returns to the same energy as the verse as it builds nicely into the close of the verse, which is the repeating the title, Touché, Touché. All the while, the backup vocals provide a close harmony, but I only really noticed it as the chorus came in, when it slows enough to make room for them. However, as the fast pace continues throughout, the backup vocals become more clear and add an equal parts to the performance as the lead vocals. And so the verse and the chorus cycle once again, with the energy running high throughout the verse and then backing off during the chorus and coming back strong. At this point, the song could have ended, but they continue adding a bridge, which presents the same chord progression with a slightly different melody and energy. Then as it ends strong and satisfyingly sudden after repeating the chorus once more. There was something familiar about the song, though it's not wholly unique. It does add something fresh. There is something fresh about it. Now I ventured into the comments to see if I could see if anybody else had any similar thoughts, and one of the names that came up was the Stray Cats, which of course I remember, a rockabilly band back from the 80s, I think. You can definitely hear that rockabilly beat, and that's maybe what sounded familiar to me as well. Now the use of the 1-6-4-5 chord progression, which you will know from songs such as Stand By Me or Blue Moon, and virtually every song the Everly Brothers ever did. And even I have used this chord progression in one or two of my own songs, so they're in good company. But I did have to think about it. It didn't come out and hit me in the face. I decided I love the way the chord progression was moving and building up an energy, and then it's that's what it is. So it's actually full of energy, a lot of fun. The vocals in the video, you see both the girls are having super fun playing it, and that came across through the performance. Now, I'm not really sure what the song's about. They did send us the lyrics, which we're much appreciated for. Thank you, girls. But I'm not really sure. For example, the chorus says, in a worldwide spiderweb spinning, so many wounds to heal, the captain of our ship said I'm creeping in real touché. I have no idea what that means, but there are some nice words in there which bring out some kind of abstract images. And one of the verses actually made me think of maybe a latter-day Alice in Wonderland. I walked the plank and then I sank to the bottom of the sea. Then the sharks took a bite of me. I met a mermaid and I warned her those sharks only bite to kill. So watch your back, little lady, because no one else will. This is a fun song. It's well executed, two-person performance with a surprisingly full sound. This is no doubt something they could easily reproduce live, and I would love to actually watch them, go to see them perform this one once our current nightmare is over. Angela.
Well, Mark, first of all, I have to give you a heck for not taking me off screen so that I could fix my hair. I'm very high maintenance, you know. So yeah, I really liked your review. That was really good. I also, not like me, because I don't usually care about the lyrics, but I also got kind of caught up in the lyrics. I thought they were great. It's very rockabilly, this music, and I totally love that. And I read about these girls, and they originally started out as a 3-piece, and then one day just decided they didn't need the third piece and went ahead together. I get the impression they separated for a while and have come back together again, and now they're resurrecting some of their old music. And one of the things I was surprised about with Touché was that it, I don't know if it exactly sounds like it did 10 years ago, but it sounds pretty much like it did 10 years ago, and I'm surprised that they haven't changed anything. They've just gone with the song that they originally had, and I don't know if they even re-recorded it. So that's a bit of a surprise, because usually musicians, when they update their music, they will re-record it and maybe completely change it, maybe add more instrumentation, do that sort of thing. So no, they just went with the raw and the original and the heart of what they had intended in the first place. And like Mark, I know you're fixing your hair.
Yes.
It's not fair.
Oh no, I'm surprised. Oh,
so,
yes, okay.
Yeah. So I also want to talk about the chorus, because it says, I'll just read it again in case you missed what Mark said. In a worldwide spider web spinning so many wounds to heal, the captain of our ship said, I'm creeping it real. The lyrics in the song are very, they conjure up visual images to represent maybe heartbreak or how cruel this cruel world is. And I think that you'll find that our next song coming up has a similar tone to it. So I think it's very interesting when Mark and I pick songs, and there's always something in common with the music. So sorry, Mark, you can come back now. Is your hair okay?
No, now my hair's all nice. Yeah, that's great. Okay, yeah, we've got a couple of comments. It doesn't look like Shalim is there with his usual comments there. He's probably out golfing.
Oh, I miss Shalim. He's so awesome. Yeah.
So maybe
and then Marty too. Marty gave us his comments ahead of time, but he's not able to watch until later. But yeah, those guys are so interactive. I just love them.
Yeah.
I do have a comment from Kristen. Would you like to hear?
Sure.
Okay. So she says, this is so 90s. If Gwen Stefani and the Breeders had 2 babies, these are them. And she said, I love the vibes. So there you go.
Yeah, nice. That was the first thing I was going to read, so that's great. Chris Lady says it was
both
good.
Got it. Are we seeing the same comments? That's never happened before.
Well, I can see the comments on both the pages, or everything we're broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
You can probably just see them on.
You're just a technical genius. You got this down, man. All right.
So Carol Pacey, Paci, says Blondie vibe. It's like, yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, definitely. Maybe that's part of the familiarity as well. Yeah, it's a very 80s kind of feel to it. I mean, okay, no, that was just a general comment. So Marty Green has joined us. So hi, Marty.
Oh, Marty's with us. Good. Hi, Marty.
So that's all the end of the comments. Did you want to read the comments that you have there, or do you want to move on?
Yeah, no, it's the Barettas are with us and said thank you for doing the show. And that's the only comments that I can see so far.
Okay.
I'm not looking at YouTube, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, there's no comments on YouTube yet.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Sorry, you had those the comments that someone has sent you, right? Did you want to read those now?
No, can we save it till the end, because
sure.
It's long, just like the last show when it was both songs.
Really right. Well, we'll put them both at the end. Excellent. So,
okay.
All right. Let's move on to the next song then, which is "Danger" by Brandi Vezina, and I'm gonna make sure I've got everything lined up here so I don't look like a fool. Okay, we're good.
Manipulation and lies. Betrayal is what you find. Danger, danger. Danger, danger. It'll destroy your world.
From Winnipeg, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Brandi Vezina is a singer-songwriter whose authentic country roots are intertwined with rock and blues. She is a natural-born performer who comes from a musical Métis family. Her biggest inspirations include Johnny Cash, the Rolling Stones, Janis Joplin, and Miranda Lambert. Brandi Vezina was recognized as one of CBC Canada's The Juno Awards and the National Music Centre's Searchlight 2020 Favorite New Canadian Artists. She was a featured artist on Métis Jig and Jam Variety Show on CTV in 2020. She performed at the Sackway Festival and Recovery Day Live in Winnipeg, Manitoba in 2019 and 2020. Vezina was also selected to showcase in the virtual Diamonds in the Rough Stage during the Canadian Country Music Week in 2020. The song we're reviewing today is called Danger. Danger is a warning to women in what warning signs to recognize in unhealthy relationships. The track features DJ and producer Boogie the Beat and Canadian Country Music Association award-winning producer Murray Pulver. Danger has a powerful message combined with pop and country elements, as Vezina was inspired to write about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls throughout Turtle Island, also known as North America. Our own Mark David Stellard is a big fan. Our own Mark David Stellard is a big fan of Brandi Vezina. It's not surprising that the song Danger is his pick today.
Indeed, big fan of Brandi's work. So Danger is a warm country song with a little something different. It starts off slow with a guitar strum and another guitar picking out a rhythmic Latin melody, which might have been lifted from an old Clint Eastwood spaghetti western, but the intro offers more. There is a well-placed, fairly subtle steel guitar sliding through the opening chords, which keeps the song grounded as a country tune. The two styles work so well together, so if Latin country or country Latin is not already a genre of its own, it really should be. Brandi's warm voice carries the melody flawlessly with a fair bit of emotion. As she sings through the first verse, which I think is actually the chorus, the rhythm picks up and you can really hear her perfect country voice. And I'm pretty sure there's some Dolly Parton influence in there somewhere, I'm sure. The song moves on to the next verse and it becomes a much more country-esque feel, the steel guitar moving up front, but a fairly simple drum arrangement. The meter of the vocals changes with a slightly more faster-paced staccato delivery, which helps continue to drive up the tension. The start of the song, starting the song with a slow version of the chorus, tells us exactly what the song is about, but a good chorus should resolve the tension or at least give us some release. But the first time it actually is building up to something. So when the chorus comes in full speed after the first verse, chorus, verse, chorus, it's basically the same melody, but it somehow has the opposite effect. But it does actually address the tension and brings us satisfyingly into land. The song has a short instrumental break with the guitar picking out a few key notes and the steel guitar playing over, complementing each other. After the chorus is repeated again, the song slows down and ends much as it started, creating a nice bookend to a very nice song. Of course, the lyrics are just as important to this song. It's about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. The song sings a warning, which is very powerful, particularly the second verse, which, if I can quote it for you, take your time, look around. The wrong choice will bring you down. Listen to that voice inside just before you take a ride. It's a well-executed piece of music and a really powerful song, and I'm certain Brandi Vezina is going to be huge. Angela.
Thank you, Mark. That was excellent. That was so good. I really enjoyed the song. The subject matter is very delicate and sad. And the music video is especially sad when you look at the images of Winnipeg and the text running across it with Brandi's lyrics. The thing that I really loved about the song is Brandi's voice. She uses it like an instrument. So she's got some ahs and, some soft vocals going on. I really think she does a good job with that. There's, the strumming guitar, there's the country influence, which, I'm not a big country fan. But her voice is great. And of course the story is interesting. And and pulls at your heartstrings. So yeah, like great marks for that one, Mark. Thank you for introducing me to Brandi. I know you've interviewed her before and that you're a big fan of hers. And yeah, I've never really like looked into her much. So of course, before the show, I was watching her videos and listening to her, and she's great. I'm a fan now.
Excellent. Fantastic. So don't just want to encourage people to put your comments in. Looks like Marty Green is having trouble putting them in. They don't seem to be showing up. But please keep trying, or if you can message either Angela or I directly.
I have Marty's comments. If
Oh,
you're
okay.
ready for me to read them. Yeah, you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Just
So,
read these.
I told Marty-
let me just finish
so-
my comments. My comments are very short, so let me just get those done, then you can take the. So Muttley just says, I'm liking this. Chris Halady says the video has had a lot of cool shots of the peg, and it does. I found myself actually trying to figure out where they all were. And it was probably the best view of the Arlington Street Bridge, which is not looking at the bridge at all, from the bridge. And yeah, Chris says, I enjoyed it. And Muttley says it has an old school Bond vibe. I'm not sure about that, but whatever. Each to his own. No, Angela, yours. So carry on.
Yeah, I actually thought with the video, you know, if you're interested in what Winnipeg looks like, if you've never been here, that's what it looks like at night. It's interesting, but you know, it doesn't really represent it in a good light, given the subject matter of the song. But that is what the city looks like. Okay, so I'll get on with these comments. I was telling Marty that he's our own Ed the Sock. You know, he's so grumpy with his comments, but he's a musician. He's a musician, and he's very discerning with the way that he reviews a song. And the fact that he's taking the time to listen to these songs and really come up with an opinion is exactly what we want from all of you. You know, that's like, you're not going to love every single song, and you're going to find things that you like about it, you don't like about it. The point is, listen. I mean, that's what the musicians want from us. They make a song, they want you to listen to it. And they'll find their audience by people doing that. Some will not like it and move on, and others will stay and become a fan. So, and that's what Mark and I try to do as well. Share this with you so that you will listen. So anyway, this is from Marty, our Ed the Sock. And we'll start with the Barettas. Wasn't crazy about the Barettas. Intro was pretty good, actually. Some nice guitar hooks, and then the verse starts, and I'm already getting annoyed with the drums. He's always annoyed with the drums, by the way. Taka, 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 crash, crash, crash. Actually, those same drum licks sounded good in the intro, but then never let up through the whole song. Now, as for the lyrics, she's got some nice turns of phrase working in, but they run a little hot and cold. Creepin' It Real is good, and I like sank to the bottom of the sea, shark took a bite of me, but I can't catch a lot of them because of the mix. There's some good musical structure. The chords move along. The drummer puts in some nice harmonies here and there, but the chorus is just really weak. Touché, 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 touché. Doesn't mean much and doesn't even sing that well. And then towards the end, she starts doing the rasp thing on creep the knot away, creep the knot away. Never liked the raspy thing, even when Winona Judd does it. He mentions Winona once in a while. I think maybe he's a fan. And this girl is no Winona Judd, she says. Brandi Vezina, what's that?
Oh, I'm just laughing. It was funny.
Oh, okay. Brandi Vezina, however, something came up as blocking my view. Here we go. Brandi Vezina, however, now this is really a pretty decent song. I'm going to qualify that in a minute, but first off, I love the video work. This is my Winnipeg, and it's beautiful and scary at the same time. The intro is great, from the first strummed chord and then followed by that eerie whine on the guitar and the free tempo verse leading into the song. That's a bit of a throwback to the early 60s, songs like Run Around Sue or It's Only Make Believe. The girl's singing voice is great and every word is clear. He likes that. Doesn't like any mumbling. The chord structure is interesting and it definitely takes you places. The excursion into the relative major and then the return to the minor is very nicely executed. And there is a great moment at 1:32 where she sings Danger, Danger, and then instead of Avoid This, My Girl, she answered by a spooky rising vocal. Ah, really nice. Maybe you guys can highlight that. So actually, Marty, I noticed that too, that her voice was being used in the song just as another instrument and to set the mood. But to quote Eminem, wait, hold your nose, because here goes the cold water. The musical phrase is a little boxy, question mark. You can hear what I mean by boxiness in the 8-bar instrumental break towards the end. It starts out really well and then closes abruptly with that 5-note descending scale, dum 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 boxy. And I think it's because of the lyrics. The lyrics are the kind of poetry that amateurs write when they want to prove that they can rhyme, which I approve of because there's no discipline in free-form poetry. But a lot of amateurs get into this boxy kind of rhythm, one couplet after another, where each couplet has the same repetitive feel. And that's exactly what she's got here. Maybe her friend wrote this poem and said, Brandi, you should use the poem for a song. And Brandi did because she wanted to support her friend. But it's just not a professionally written lyric. On top of which, not to detract from the important message, but it comes off as just a little preachy. There's a lot to like about this song, but to be successful, everything has to work together. One flaw is enough to take a song out of contention from being a potential hit, and that's unfortunately what we have here. Oh, Marty, ouch. So it's what interests me is that Marty starts imagining that she's written a poem, and then her friend says you should make that a song. Like, isn't that what songs do to you though? Like they kind of put you in the room with the person writing the song and make you think about things like that, or they send you back to your own history. You know, I mean, Marty took a trip with that, so that's cool.
Yeah, so actually Brandi wrote that song and it was inspired by a dream she had.
A dream. Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, so she actually wrote that. Anyway, well, someone's trying to get in the house. Let me give you the focus there.
Okay, no problem. So I'm going to check the Facebook comments. If any of you would like to help me out here, but while Mark's gone, and give me a comment or two, that would be so nice. I wish I could see who exactly is online. I can't. I can see the number, but I can't see who. So anyway, yeah, we are definitely going to, in 2 weeks, be reviewing 2 new songs. I'm going to pick something Canadian, and Mark will pick whatever he likes. If you guys could suggest songs for us to pick, that would be so nice, because we really want to know, like, you know, Marty is telling us what he doesn't like about our picks. Marty, give us your pick. Tell us what song you want us to review. That would be so amazing. And any of you, if you have songs to review, especially Canadian indie, that would be great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Mark.
Yeah, there's a couple of for that, the review you read. Well, a couple of things I want to draw out from that. I also really enjoyed the opening the slowness coming into the song, and it actually reminded me, as he said, but it was the Beatles did that a lot in the early days. Like Taste of Honey, and this comes to mind. There was a few of them that they did that, and it worked very effectively. There was something else as well. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. Otherwise, I found it a very thoroughly enjoyable song. And we do have a couple of comments. Carol Pacey says it's an excellent song that speaks from the heart and brings in a real truth in her writing. And Chris Lady says, cool selection today.
Oh, good.
Yep. Yeah. So there we go. I think I'm sure I'll.
Between the 2 songs, I'd like to say that it appears that Brandi Vezina's song was a little more carefully produced, and the Barettas song seemed a little more raw. I think that they, I don't know what studio they went to, or maybe they produced it themselves, but it didn't have the deep production sound. You
can actually,
you can't compare the 2 songs. One is very simplistic and raw, and the other one is...
Yeah, with the production, you can't. The production is very visibly different. When I was creating the clips, I use Cubase, and I actually see the waveforms, and the ones that are like professionally studio. Someone does this for a living. You can see the waveform is almost flat, and the Barettas one was up and down and it was quite small. So you can actually visually see the difference, actually in the waveform. So yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was looking. Personally, I'm not really, I don't really care about the if it's absolutely polished or not, because I mean when you go see a live band, it's never polished, right? And I love live music, so as long as it's a decent performance, then that's all that matters. I'm not as picky as some, and let's face it, some of the greatest musicians, particularly the '60s and even into the early '70s, they recorded everything in a single performance onto tape. And that was it.
You're reminding me of the Sex Pistols. Like, totally loved the Sex Pistols, and their stuff sucked. Like in terms of production value, it was horrible, but it was fun.
Carolyn Favell says also loved the video showing Winnipeg. It was a good video. It was very good.
Yeah, it was a really special video, but I think that when the subject matters like that, somebody's going to take the time to really give it to my hair. I need a hairdresser, Mark.
Yeah, me too.
Pandemic is not good for
it's kind of sticking up a bit here. I can't do anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah, your hair always looks great.
No, it doesn't.
I love the background you've got right now. Like the backlight and the green and very pretty. Do you like my poster?
It's
I need
lovely.
a frame for my poster.
Yeah. Well, my posters mine are actually falling apart. I have to reframe them. They're falling off. Yeah, there was a really expensive frames, but they're like basically cardboard and they're starting to bow. So I'm gonna fix that. Start to make.
Oh, you were talking to me about something earlier. I wanted to share with everybody. So sometimes Mark will post the live video, but we don't go on for maybe 10 minutes because he's busy sharing it with the groups that we share it with, and I'm sharing it to my page, and we have to make sure that the mics are working and everything's cool. So it's about a 10-minute delay, sometimes 15, sometimes even 20. Yeah. And people will be like, hey, there's nobody here. They'll be commenting, there's nobody here, nothing's happening. Are you guys having a problem? Like, what's going on? And so I just wanted to say to you guys, it's a live video. So you kind of have to wait a few minutes. And if you watch it again later, obviously you have to, fast forward a few minutes to get it to start. But it reminded me of when back in the day when I first got the Bell voicemail system on my landline, and my dad called and he got the voicemail and he thought it was a machine, and he was saying, Angela, are you there? Pick up. So cute, my dad.
Well, actually, we had yesterday. We had the I think it was the agent of our guest on the show. We had Jennifer Mlott on, and Ron had contacted me saying, "Oh, do you have any of the old shows on that we can that he can check out?" Looks like we just have the promo. And I was like, "No, you just got to fast forward it a bit." Fast forward like 20 minutes.
Yeah. When I post it on the Oh Just Eat It YouTube channel, I take out the beginning so that it just starts. So. Yeah, but live, it's a little more complicated. People just have to learn to live with it. One day we'll have better streaming, and it won't start until we start talking, right? That would be good.
Yeah, well, in the olden days, you used to be able to set up the stream with a stream key and then stream it. But yeah, things have changed a little bit, particularly with my setup where I'm streaming to multiple platforms.
Right.
That's kind of a little harder as well.
We're very lucky to have that, so I guess we shouldn't complain.
But it's something everybody has to do.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, we've got a couple of comments.
Should we
couple
quit,
more comments here before
we have more comments?
Yep, just some brief ones here. Chris Lady commenting on the production budgets. Money is all important. Muttley says, "No, your hair looks lovely. You don't need a hairstylist."
Oh,
that was a no with multiple
so
O's.
Sweet. Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, he has multiple O's on the no, so no. It was where are we going? Oh, Chris is posting the same thing twice. Muttley says, some of us don't mind waiting after early doors. Gives us a chance to get a pint in. So it's late at night. In the
good idea.
He's in the UK, so it's not 3 in the afternoon. Oh, and an unrelated question. Is Oh Just Eat It a Weird Al reference?
Oh, yeah, I get that often. Oh Just Eat It was originally going to be a food blog. And I decided I didn't like food as much as I like music, and I would get bored of talking about food very quickly, but I would probably never get bored of talking about music. So I just kept the name and went with it. And, I got to the tagline, "Hungry for Canadian indie music." So that we're going with that. But Mark calls my site, "Oh Just E-Tits." That's what he calls it, E-Tits. So
Oh, just eat
fine.
it. That's what it says. Eat it.
As long as he can remember how to spell it. There's no S at the end.
Oh, and there's several exclamation marks, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So Marley says, I don't know about the food music thing. I mean, I really love sausages. It's a tough call. Anyhow.
Oh, Muttley, back on the sausages, yeah.
Sausages.
Muttley
okay.
thinks it's always a sausage party.
Yes. Anyhow, enough of that. So I could take this in a whole new direction. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. Even though I think Shalene was out playing golf or something, we didn't get any comments, but from him, usually we get a nice review. But really appreciate everybody that has participated. It's been fantastic. And just for if you want to check out any old episodes, you can check out theinvisibleman.ca, lots of old episodes of this show, plus The Invisible Man Show, and Welcome to the Madhouse as well. And you can also, if you want more information, you can always leave a question in the Invisible Song Club group. That would be great as well. So Angela, did you want to say anything more about Oh Just Eat It, or did you say enough?
I think I said enough. I'm
Okay.
working on my YouTube channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys would go and subscribe, like my videos, show me some love. That would be really great. Play a video all the way through. That would really be helpful. And I'd like to also thank the musicians that we review in these videos, in these live streams, for allowing me to, allowing Mark to, play their 10-second clip of their song and allowing me to use their videos as visuals. We realize a lot of creative energy goes to that. We just kind of steal it and ride in your coattails, but hopefully you're enjoying the reviews, and that's okay. We really appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you very much. If it's not too late to share the stream and tell your friends about the Great Song Club, and obviously the more people in the audience, the more fun we all have. So there you go.
Yes.
So thank you very much, everybody. We will be back in a couple of weeks, as usual, back on the usual 2-week schedule. Okay, thanks very much, everyone, and we'll catch you all later in the month. Bye-bye.